Okay, perfect. So, thank you guys, new coaches, for being on this call. We're so excited to have you. Um, just because the energy is really high off this weekend for Summit, we are just so honored that you have chosen Team VIP to be a part of. And just coming off of Summit, we hope that you strive for Success Club 5 for 3 months in a row so you can get a free ticket to Summit. Because I can't even tell you how amazing it was. You will just have to be there for that energy. So that is your goal, is to hit Success Club 5 for 3 months in a row so you can be there next year. And it's in NOLA. Who is not excited about, I mean, everyone's excited about NOLA, like super excited. So it will be in July, and free ticket for Success Club 5 for 3 months in a row. So we're just pumped that you're here. And just know that you are here for a reason. You are here because something called you here, and you are at the right spot. So even if you have no idea what's going on and boot camp's overwhelming, just know that you're in a good place. You're in good hands. We're going to take care of you. And y'all are just making a difference for being on this call. Like, that is a huge step that you're right here, right now. So congratulations for getting on this call and making that right step. So a couple things we're going to go over, and we're limited on time because we have our big Team VIP call at 9, which you will be a part of after the boot camp. We're going to go over what you should be doing on a daily basis, a tracker, your first month goal, your second month goal, and Jen, Raquel, and myself will kind of go through a little bit of the process. So I'm going to actually hand it over to Raquel because I think the tracker is very important. And if you don't have a tracker, that's totally okay. We'll show you a tracker. And what do you do on a daily basis, day in, day out? What do you do as coaches? So Raquel, if you want to take it over and explain a little bit about the tracker.
Yes. So I will actually upload this tracker to our bootcamp files. So after this meeting, I'll go ahead and upload it. Some of you may have it and some of you may not. But I think it's going to be really helpful. We kind of just created it. So I'm going to share my screen and just walk you through it because I'm just kind of that person that needs to see it. Here we are. Okay. Open. Maybe. Okay, here we are. I don't know why it's looking like this, but we'll go with it. Okay, so can y'all see my screen? Thumbs up. Okay, perfect. So it's our new coach game plan. I strongly encourage you, again, I will upload it to the file section of our bootcamp group, but to print it off. Saying the start date of when you decided to become a coach and then your why. So I'm still having a chance to go through some of your why videos. I'm going to be honest, I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. That's one of my goals for tonight and tomorrow is to go through and watch your whys. But if you could just write it out as to why you became a coach, and just know it's going to be changing. When I first started my why versus to where I am now looks completely different, and that's okay. The only other thing I'd say to add when you're a new coach is maybe write your coach ID. I remember when I was a new coach, it was like, what's my coach ID again? So if you could just write it on a sheet of paper, I think that would be really helpful for you as well. Beginning goals as a new coach, Laura's going to talk on this in just a little bit, but your first goals are to help 3 people get started with a challenge pack. And that again is a workout plus a Shakeology program. And in doing that, you immediately get your initial investment paid for, Shakeology paid for. So that's why we say, 3 people, then you'll hit Success Club. You'll be a success starter in your first month. And that's just really how to get the ball rolling. So we had you create that list this week of 25 people you could reach out to. Of course, the more people you reach out to, the better off that you're going to be. It's kind of like a numbers game. The more people we talk to, the more likely we're going to get a yes. So once you start helping those 3 people, write their name down because I think it's always so fun to go back. I have for my very first month as a coach, my very first people in my challenge group ever. And it's just really great to keep track of who you're working with. So that would be your very first goal. If you need help with this, we are here for you to get that done. And then kind of a Success Club laid out. Again, Success Club helping 3 people change their lives. That's really the goal. 3 people get started with that challenge pack or Shakeology on their own. And then to kind of just track where you are. So what's your goal? And then what did you actually do? I got to do a special shout out to Rachel. She's at Success Club 21. which is amazing. She posted her transformation. She shared her story so open and raw and real. And that is what resonates with people. When you tell them where you were, what you struggled with, how you overcame, and here's where I am now. And because she was so genuine, it's people want to join that. It's real. So this is just a great way to, again, to track where you are, and then again, the goal is the first 3 months, help at least 3 people, and you become what's considered a success starter. You get that free summit ticket. I'm telling you, summit is so amazing that we've all decided we want our husbands to go, right? Like I wish my husband had been there just to experience the sessions. It doesn't matter if he's not in the business. It was just so profoundly inspiring that I can't talk enough about how much we want to get you there. So if you can earn a free summit ticket, that's even better. Okay, next goal, I'm going to skip over this part because Laura's going to talk about Emerald and all that. We talked about a little bit in boot camp. She's going to really dive into the nitty gritty of what that looks like. So I'm going to skip over that. Just know that it's here. We can always go over it in more detail, but at least you have a game plan of what it looks like, what the different ranks look like. So again, skipping over that. And then this again is this is the process. We created a more systematic process on how to get you started. You sign up to be a coach, you get on a call with your upline coach. We announce you on your Facebook page. We send you those 6 emails. Then you'll get on a phone call again with us. And then you'll complete Team VIP boot camp. So this is kind of where we are right now. Join and complete a boot camp, right? That's really where we are right now currently. Attending a new coach team call. That's where we are right now. You're attending a new coach team call. And then upon completion of boot camp, get added to Team VIP page. I know a lot of us are already in Team VIP, which is fine. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's a lot in Team VIP. So that's why I think starting from this point forward, we probably won't add new coaches to Team VIP because it's a lot of information and we don't want you to be overwhelmed. This is kind of like a systematic process, just little baby steps to kind of get you where you need to be. Upon completion of boot camp, that's when we want you to start attending VIP calls. You are absolutely more than welcome to join us in our VIP call at 9. Absolutely. If you're still like, I need to get my feet wet, it's a little overwhelming, do not feel obligated. But once you feel like you're ready to go, you've graduated boot camp, we definitely want you to start attending those calls with us at 9 because it's just a great way to connect, continue training, and then just check in. So definitely we encourage you to spend your Sunday evenings with us. And then, of course, scheduling a phone or Zoom call with your upline coach for the first 4 weeks, longer or less, it doesn't matter. And you can kind of figure that out. I tell my coaches, I'm available whenever you need me. I'm here for you. So it can be, we talk once a week. We can talk every single day. You kind of have to discuss that with your upline coach, but you figure out what that looks like for you. The goal is you spread your wings and fly, and then you duplicate this process with your new coaches. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about. We talk about the vital behaviors, personal development. Hopefully, if you haven't yet, you have found something to be doing every single day for your personal development. Again, my most favorite book to start with is The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect. If you don't have a copy of that, let me know and I will figure that out for you. The National Wake Up Call or the Team Beachbody podcast, revert back to your new coach manual. All of that is in there, but you got to be doing personal development. Inviting. We talked about how to publicly invite. We talked about personal messaging, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Product of the product. So again, we need to be an example of us doing the programs. We're about to start Country Heat because that's the new program that's being launched, and I want to do it. I want to know what it's like. I want to do the nutrition program. It's similar to the 21-day fix. I'm going to be drinking my Shakeology. I can't recommend something that I'm not actually doing myself. So first and foremost, it's always about becoming the best version of yourself, taking care of your health, and that starts with being a product of the product. Recognizing. So we'll be recognizing your achievements. If you have a challenger who is rocking it, to do a shout out to them. Everybody loves to be encouraged and bragged on. So just be recognizing that. We can talk about that more later. And then being consistent. So this business isn't, I always say it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? It's something that takes time. And in the beginnings, like I said, Rachel has 21 Success Club points. That's like 11 people that wanted to join her this month, which is awesome. But we also have some people that, maybe they don't have anybody that wants to join in the first month, and that's okay too. Both are normal, but you have got to be consistently sharing your journey for people to build that trust in you. So consistency is the key to this business. Anyone can do this business as long as they're consistent. All right, now I'm going to go through the Team VIP new coach checklist. What should I be doing daily, right? You get started and you're like, okay, so I'm a coach now. I know I need to, work out and drink my Shakeology, but like, what else should I be doing? So we created this checklist because at the beginning we weren't really sure what we were supposed to be doing. But we found that when we track our activity, it makes it so much easier to recognize, okay, I always tell people when I started this business, I didn't have a lot of time. So in the little focus 30 minutes to an hour that I had, I needed to make sure that I was like being efficient with my time. So if you follow a checklist like this, you will be efficient with your time. And also it's just great to look at a weekly view of what is it that you're doing. So maybe you haven't hit Success Club, maybe you haven't had anybody join you, but it's really kind of like come to Jesus when you look at this checklist and you're like, oh, well, I only have like a few check marks. Ideally, we would like to have this whole thing be, check marked out, but it's just a good way to track your activity. Monday, August 1st, I love when August 1st lands on a Monday, so you can start it fresh tomorrow. First of all, determining the number of Facebook friends. Before I started this, I had no idea how many Facebook friends I had, maybe 500. I don't know, but be tracking that because we always want to be growing and expanding our network. And then your current Success Club points. So guess what? Tomorrow's August 1st, which means we all start at 0, every single one of us, okay? So we need to be tracking how am I growing per week? How many, lives am I helping to change in that Success Club? So first things first, focusing on you. Again, it's all about us first. We cannot pour from an empty cup. So we have to make sure we're taking care of ourselves so that we can give and serve our best selves to others. So that includes that personal development, 10 minutes per day. Like I said, it can be a podcast that you listen to on your commute to work. It can be a book that you're reading. It can be Audible. I listen to books. Anything that you can do for 10 minutes that's going to really just help you develop as a person. Working out, obviously we want to make sure that we're staying true and working out, taking care of our health, and then drinking Shakeology every day. So hopefully those are really easy ones to check off. The next one is working on expanding your market. So again, we track how many friends we have, whether it be on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media tool you're using. And then we want to be adding 3 friends. So if it's, 3 friends on Facebook, we would go through and we can look at who are some friends that I could add to my network, interact in interest groups. I'm in Moms of Multiples group. So I have twins. I interact in there and nothing about Beachbody. I'm not like a weird spammer that's like, I have a challenge group, join me, but just genuinely making connections with people and being interested in them. And then, eventually, it can turn out into somebody that joins your team or joins a challenge, but we want to always be growing our network. So that's something we need to be doing every single day. Genuine connection. So again, I think one of the best things about being a Beachbody coach is like spreading positivity. Like that's not considered a vital behavior, but I feel like that's our role. We live kind of in a crazy world where there's not a whole lot of positivity, but I feel like that should be our job. So genuine connection, commenting on 3 friends' post. Everyone likes to get comments. I love when people comment on my things. So I always say, give what you want to receive. So go and comment something that you would like someone to genuinely comment on your post that you make. If people comment on you, message them. And again, it doesn't have to be anything about Beachbody. It can just be like, so much for your sweet comment on my post. How are you doing today? It's about connecting with people. And if it leads to Beachbody, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You just want to, again, be making those genuine connections with people because you never know where it will go. And then every single day, be inviting 2 to 3 people to coaching or challenges. So we gave you some of those scripts. You're going to find a voice that feels good and genuine to you, where you're inviting people. Hey, I'm super excited. I have this challenge group starting. I've lost this much weight, or I've gained so much energy, or whatever the benefit that you have. And I'm super excited to pay it forward. Is that anything you think you might be interested in? Totally no pressure. I just thought I would ask. Not weird. It's hard at first. I get it. Inviting is hard at first, but if you're coming from a really good place, it makes it a lot easier. So again, inviting 2 to 3 people every single day. And then we want to be posting on social media because again, people buy into you way before they buy into a product. So I always say my Facebook is like a mini reality of my life, mini reality show of my life. And I feel like it just builds trust. People know who I am. You know, if they go to my page, they know probably I'm a mom of 3. They know I have, you know, faith is really important to me. I like to post what I'm eating, working out. It can be whatever you're interested in. You know, sometimes I share what I learned in my personal development that day. But we want to make sure that we are posting consistently so people get a vibe of who we are as a person, so that when we do post, hey, you know, join my challenge group, or I'm expanding my coaching team, they have an idea of who we are as a person, and we build that trust. So here's some examples of things that you can touch on. So maybe it's a motivational inspiration, something that you found, a fun quote. Maybe it's lifestyle or personal. You know, sometimes it is. I talk, you know, lifestyle, personal. I put pictures of my family. Like my last post that I did was a picture of me and my family. Just came back from Summit. Super excited to see them. Maybe it's engaging. Maybe you have a question, you know, like people love to give their advice and they love to give their 2 cents. And that's a great way to engage with your audience and to get them interacting with you. So that's a great one that you could post about. Something funny, relatable, adds value. We have tons of different examples for you on Google Drive, but if you're stuck with that, just, you know, it can be anything. You can look at other coaches, see what they're doing, and then of course, workout and nutrition. So again, you don't have to do 5 posts. You don't have to be like, oh my goodness, I have to get 5 of these in a day, because that's overwhelming. Pick 2 to 3, and then just make sure that, you know, you are throughout the week getting a nice, well-rounded. Like, I don't want to be posting beach body, 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 or people would say, okay, Raquel, well, you're doing too much, right? So making sure that over the course of the week, the 2 to 3 posts that you have are a nice round, you know, of all those different ideas that you could do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. And then within your postings, these are some goals that I think are really, you know, and, you know, they kind of all fit within one of these categories. If you can share your transformation Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, pick one of those days. If you've had a transformation, share it. And I know sometimes, and I feel like I get stuck on this too, I share it like once and I'm like, well, I've already done it. But with Facebook, most likely only this percentage of your friends have seen it. So constantly be sharing your transformation. And it's maybe not only physical. You know, for me, I didn't have a huge transformation. Like, obviously I lost baby weight, which I think some people count as a transformation, some people don't. But my transformation has been a lot internally in who I've become and who I've grown as a person. So share that. You know, how is your life better since becoming a Beachbody coach? Talking about that transformation. Video, I think that's a great way. You know, video can sometimes be scary. You know, going live on Facebook is a huge thing. And I'm not going to lie, the first few times I did it was super scary. But again, it's one of those things, the more you do it, the easier it gets. But video has really good engagement, and Facebook loves video. And it's a great way for people to like hear your energy, right? We can read something and not really know, but if people can see you on video, they kind of get a better feel of who you are. So making it a goal of maybe posting one video. It can be a video of you working out. It can be a video of like, here's what I made for dinner. It can be a video about anything, right? Just, that would be one of our goals to strive for. Talking about Shakeology. Shakeology is one of those things too that it has been a game changer in my personal health. I don't talk about it enough, and I definitely should. And I know that I'm going to be using this tracker starting tomorrow. But something we talked about at Summit is like, you know, I don't need to to have my shake and just tell you every single benefit. What would I be telling my best friend who's like, what are you drinking? How would I explain to my best friend of like what I love about Shakeology? Oh my gosh, I love it. The amount of energy that it's given me, I don't have to take that, you know, I'm not falling asleep on the couch at like 7 p.m. every night, you know, or it's helped really curb my cravings. It's awesome. I love it. And it tastes really good. It's like my chocolate milkshake every day. So thinking about how you can explain the benefits, but in a way that you would tell your best friend. A coach lifestyle post. So sharing your coaching journey, you know, for some of us, we're extremely new. Maybe it's just the fact that you're connected in a positive community. Or maybe you become a coach and it is holding you accountable to your fitness, right? I met a girl on the way home from Summit today, and she's like, if I was not a coach, I would have lost my weight and then quit working out. That's my personality. I don't enjoy working out, but I know that it's my job and people are looking at me, and it helps hold me accountable. Maybe that's what it's helped with your lifestyle. So just be thinking about that and constantly be sharing about why you enjoy being a coach and what it's done for your life. And then a challenge group call out. So sharing about, you know, you can do what I call like a really active invite where you're like, I'm looking for, you know, 5 women who want to lose weight or whatever. Or it can be like somewhere like consider more like a chill passive invite of like, hey, I'm getting ready to start a new group soon. I'd love to have you join me. I'm going to be doing Country Heat. I'd love to have some people who love country music and love to dance join me too. Super chill, kind of throwing it out there. But we want to be talking about that regularly in our newsfeed because again, we put it out there once and we're like, ooh, hope I get people. But again, not all of your friends, not everybody you're interacting with is seeing it. So we have to do it consistently throughout the week in hopes that different groups will hopefully see that. So does that make sense, that tracker? Again, some people like pen and paper. I like to see things like this. What's the plan? It's a really good way for me to keep myself in check of like, did I have a good week? If I look at it as a week, did I get majority of the checks that I needed? So again, I will post this in the file section. I really encourage you to check this off. And then next week, we'll have you post it. Again, not to call you out, but just as a way of accountability, hold yourself accountable. And what did you do this week? Any questions on that? Nope? Okay. Laura, you want to go ahead?
Yes. And just to remind you guys, just to hit mute, it's at the bottom left-hand side, just so that background noise is limited. But Raquel had so many great points. And if it went over your head, that is totally okay. That is why it's recorded. You can always go back and listen to the recording and take notes. Okay. So for a couple first month goals, and I'm going to base it on what we as Beachbody coaches always say, but also my personal experience as well. So I joined Beachbody as a coach about 16 months ago after I finished my first challenge group. I was addicted and then I became a coach. I didn't know exactly what I was doing, probably the same feeling that y'all are feeling right now, but I knew that I wanted to make a difference and I wanted to hit Success Club 5. And so how I did that, y'all probably saw the post on Tuesday, which most of you replied to, if not all, about your invite. So you have your invite that you put out, right? You might not get that engagement that you're hoping for. I know I did not. I did not get the engagement I was hoping for. So I did a video on the next couple days on a Thursday. I did my invite on a Tuesday. I did a video on Thursday that created a lot of traction. And then I did a last call on that Saturday. So I was completely determined to hit Success Club 5. All those people that liked my status, that liked my video, that maybe commented and said, you're an inspiration, I reached out and individually messaged them asking if they would like to join my challenge because it's hard. Like it is hard for someone to join a challenge. You are just starting off. They might not trust you right now, and that is okay. The longer you do this, the more they're going to trust you, the more you're going to build relationships. And that is exactly what this is about. It's about building relationships. It's not selling challenge packs. It's not about hitting Success Club. It is about changing lives. And that's really what it's about. So take that pressure off. Just shake it off and know that you are literally trying to change lives. So, I'm not
real quick, I'm going to say on that too, if you didn't get an invite out or you're still trying to get people, to join you, we will have a challenge group that's going to start on the 15th, which means prep week starts on the 8th, which means you have this entire week to get people interested in joining you. And as long as they order at the latest next Sunday, August 7th, they should have everything that they need to start with us on the 15th. So if you didn't get an invite out or you want to repost that invite or start a new one, this would be a great week to do that. I'll be posting the August calendar this week for you to see when we're running groups, and you're always more than welcome to jump in our group. You could pair up and run a group together, but you always have the opportunity to invite people to a group, and let's say you only have 2 and you're like, I don't know if it's enough people to run a group with, you can throw in one of our groups. Absolutely. Okay, that's it.
Yes, perfect. Thanks, Raquel. Okay, so I followed up with people, and then honestly, I'm not going to lie, I had my mom, I had my best friend, I had my sister, I had my cousin. Like those people that trust you the most, that was in my first challenge group, and I'm letting you know that is okay. And that will get you to Success Club 5 because you're changing at least 3 lives. So that is your first goal, is to change 3 lives the first month. That is also your second month goal. And I'm sorry I have to go quickly just because we have 4 minutes till the team call. But so in terms of hitting Emerald, what I did to hit Emerald within 30 days, which Emerald might not You might not know a lot about Emerald. That's okay. You can Google videos. YouTube has tons of videos of how to hit Emerald. Caleb Thomas, we had a video about it, about how to hit Emerald and the importance of it. But I signed up my mom as a discount coach, and I signed up my sister as a discount coach. I mean, it's just hard. You're starting off, and it's going to be hard to find a business builder right away. And that is totally okay. My business builders, a lot of them come from my challenge group. So just know that whenever you're starting your challenge group, be on the lookout for those business builders that are doing a great job in your challenge group, or those people that are really, really engaged. Just keep an eye out on them. But how I went Emerald in 30 days is I got my mom on board and I got my sister on board. They just wanted Shakeology for the discount, and that is totally okay. So keep it simple. Do not let this overwhelm you. Watch this call again. First goal, to change 3 lives. And it's okay to have your best friends in your family. That's all I had, right? Because you're building trust and building relationships. Number 2 is to hit Emerald in 30 days. And honest to goodness, it was my mom and my sister. And my sister is now an actual coach who's hit Diamond, which is Natalie Salas. So perfect. So eventually, hopefully they'll come around. But so I'm going to pass it to Jen. Just keep it simple. Think about those goals, and always feel free to reach out to us. If we're not answering your questions, or if you have questions after this call, message us and we will answer those. Okay. So always feel free to reach out. So I'm going to pass it to Jen.
Okay, so to wrap this up in literally 2 minutes, so we can go on to our next call. So you got your checklist, you have goals, which is all exciting. And I've talked to some coaches that are like, I know I'm behind on some of the bootcamp posts. There's probably a lot of us that maybe forgot a few of them, and that is okay. We're not gonna, slap you on the wrist. But I know for me, what was really hard was I came from being a student and working and having someone tell me what to do. And I'm one that needs to sit down and designate that time. So I really suggest looking at your day, pick a power hour, whether it's 6 a.m., it's during your lunch break, 12 p.m., that's when mine is, 12 p.m., or it's at night, 9 o'clock. Find that power hour, and that's when you sit down, no distractions, and you knock the assignments out. We're not timing you to see how fast you can get it done. We're not counting the days at which it takes you. We just want you to feel good about it and get everything out of it. So really pick that power hour. So with the checklist tonight, you might get all excited and want to do it. Maybe you wait, set it up for your power hour for tomorrow, and then you're all set to go. Really designate that time, because that's one thing. All of a sudden you feel super consumed, like you spent the whole day sort of kind of doing it. But if you just stick to that power hour. So I would say everyone, even in just your head right now, think of, okay, I think a good power hour for me is going to be this time. And that's going to help you knock this whole boot camp out of the park and feel really good about the second half of being a new coach, this second week coming up. Okay. So, wow, I talked in a minute. That's a minute. I know I talk really fast. So again, kind of what they said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Go back to the posts you haven't done. Don't be like, oh, is it awkward? No, go back. If you still haven't done your why video, go back and do that. Really go through each thing, and that's going to be better.
Okay, one last thing, and I literally have 30 seconds because our next coach call will start. If you're just hopping on, can you mute yourself real quick? I know that we've had a lot of comments on objections, and let me just tell you, it happens. It happens to me. People will be like, "No, it costs too much," right? That's the number one thing. It costs too much. Absolutely. I think Lisa did a great video on cost today. Go back to Lisa Rice's video, and she's like, it breaks down to this. And I know you still break it down to them, and they're like, $4.33 a day is still too much, right? And that's okay. But that's just because, when they're ready to go, they'll find the money. Hands down, they'll figure it out. And for some people, they have to save for it, and that's okay. And I tell them, I totally understand being on a tight budget, having 3 kids in daycare. I get it. So if you need to save for this, I'm going to save you a spot in my next group because I really want to help you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But they have to be committed, and it is an investment. I found when you offer things for free, people they have no skin in the game. I literally offered a challenge pack for free to somebody because I wanted to help them so bad. And you know what happened? They went MIA and quit. They didn't even go on it because they didn't have that full investment. So you are going to get objections, but that's where I would put that into a post in your social media where you talk about it and say, when I first started a challenge group, it was an investment for me, and I had to cut back from eating out at lunch 3 times a week, or I had to, whatever it is you had to do. But here's where I've learned it saved me money on groceries, or it finally helped me break through a plateau. Talk about it. The more you're talking about it and sharing it on your social media and sharing your story, the more you're going to touch. Those people are going to see it. They're going to think about it. It's going to marinate, and they're going to come back to you. I just literally had somebody, I don't know where her phone is, message me that I've been talking to for the past 8 months, and she's not been able to afford it. And she finally came back and was like, all right, I'm seeing these transformations. I'm seeing that it's working for other people. You're working with some of my friends. It's my turn now. Like literally just happened before we got on this call. So don't get discouraged. Everyone gets objections. Just continue to share your story. Okay? All right.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We will have another call next Sunday at the same time. Bring your tracker. Make sure you fill it out. And I'm just going to invite you, if you do want to stay on this call, we are merging these calls. This is going to go into our Team VIP All About Summit call. So if you want to, please stay tuned. You are more than welcome. If you do have arrangements or something you have to get to, we totally understand. We'll see you next Sunday at 8:30. But just know this call is right now Team VIP. If you want to hear about Summit, please stay online. Does anyone have any questions right now? Anyone? Okay. So we're just going to officially move into our Team VIP call.
Slide in.
Slide right in. So if you want to stay on board, awesome. We are welcome to have you. Okay, so Summit was this past weekend. This has been like a life changer, game changer weekend for me. My priorities have shifted. My goals have shifted. Seeing top coaches, seeing Carl Deichler, seeing like these awesome celebrity trainers this weekend was mind-blowing. And we are so excited to share the information they provided us. We are trying to fit it into 30 minutes. So we have several speakers this evening. It's not just Jen, Raquel, myself. It literally is our coaches that were there. And it's funny how they work these seminars. We are not at the same seminars every single day. People listen to different speakers all day long, and that's why we're going to share different ideas, because I wasn't in the same seminar as Raquel or Jen. So we all went to different ones, so we have different takeaways. And honestly, the weekend was packed with events that I literally have not had time to like discuss what we've talked about. So this is kind of like a learning experience for us all. So Raquel, I'm going to kick it off to you. And just to remind everyone, put your speaker on mute if you have a chance, and then we'll get right into it. We have about 7 speakers, so I'm really excited to get everyone's takeaway from it. And again, this is recorded, so you can always, if you need to jump off, that's okay. We'll post the recording as well. So Raquel, take it away.
All right. So I'm going to be quick because I know that I can be long-winded. So my summit was amazing. We already know that. I'm not going to jump into how amazing it was. Yes. But I'm going to talk about the new things that are exciting things that are coming up with the rest of the year. So they kind of like let us in on what's going to their game plan for the rest of 2016. First things first, Country Heat launched. Who by show of hands has gotten it yet? Anybody? Yeah, some of us. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to be very 100% open and honest. When this first came out, I pretty much rolled my eyes and was like, I'm going to pretend Country Heat isn't existing, right? I was like, this is really, it just seemed a little cheesy and corny, and I was like, I'm not going to have part of that. But I think God does really fun things. He has a good sense of humor. We, on our very first shuttle ride, we come into Nashville, we meet a Beachbody coach. And she shared her story with us. She is in the Country Heat test group, and she lost 57 pounds. And she said, it has been a game changer for me. 21-day fix was really too hard for me. I needed a low impact cardio fitness program that I could actually do and feel successful. And it has been life changing. 57 pounds, y'all. Like, mind blowing. Obviously the nutrition plan is flawless. It's similar to the 21-day fix with the portion control containers. So God, that nutrition plan is flawless. But the fact that it's helping people get better results in the 21 Day Fix, like when I heard that and I saw like people's progress, I'm a believer. So I know that I purchased Country Heat. I'm going to be starting it because I really do believe it's going to touch a market who needs us, right? Not everybody can do hammer and chisel, and not even everybody can do a 21-day fix, even with the modifier. And I feel like our job is to change lives. And I think that this program is going to really change the lives of so many people. So now I feel super passionate about it. I feel terrible forever even rolling my eyes. And I'm so glad that, our paths crossed and I was able to meet her, because it just open my eyes to what's possible. So encourage you, if you haven't done it, to try it. Even if you just do a sneak peek on Beachbody On Demand, give it a go and see, because you could be really changing somebody's life that needs that type of program. Next things that are coming up, August, I'll be posting this too, the challenge packs. They're going all out with the Team Cup, right? If you're not on a Team Cup team, we need to get you on one. But basically, all of their most popular programs are on sale. 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, PiYo. What else is it, guys? Remind me. Country Heat, obviously. 22-minute hardcore. Like, their most popular. Everything is on sale. Everything is on sale this month. Like, I'm just super excited because I'm like, I'm going to change lives. Right and left this month, August, it's happening. So again, I'll post that in the Team VIP page so that we're all aware of it. But it's like free game. The month of August, how many people can we truly help this month? I'm super excited about that. The next thing that's going to be coming up around the corner in September, it's a 3-week yoga retreat. So Beachbody recognized yoga is huge. People want to do yoga, but it can kind of be intimidating. These yoga studios where you're like awning and there's like incense. It's like, it's a little bit too much. So they've created a program. It's going to be on Beachbody On Demand. It's a 3-week yoga retreat. It looks amazing. I'm excited for bringing yoga back in my life, because I'm going to be real honest. When yoga day happens on 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, I kind of skip it. I'm like, yeah. So, but I'm super excited about this. It looks amazing. They're bringing in real yoga instructors. It's going to be really, really great. The next big program that's launching is going to be Core de Force with Joel and Jericho. If you're not familiar with them, they were part of the like Les Mills combat pump scene, and they've created like a combat. It's kind of like kickboxing and Muay Thai. It looks awesome. And I think that they'll be launching a sneak peek in October, and I think it officially launches for release in November, which is going to be awesome. It's going to launch before the Black Friday sales. It's going to be a great way to end out 2016. So it looks awesome. So more info to come on that. But those are some huge things that are coming for us to be available to end out the year really strong. One other thing that I'm going to talk about is the health bet. So I'm probably going to talk about this a lot because it was a little bit confusing when they brought it up. But, with August, we have all these programs on sale. We want to get people signed up and ready to go. Starting September 5th, for 4 weeks in the month of September, Beachbody is going to do what they call the health bet. They're putting down $1 million, and then every challenge pack that's sold in August, $5 from it will be added to the pot up to $3 million. Let's be real, it's going to be a $3 million pot. It just will be, right? Then everybody who participates, you're going to use the Challenge Tracker app, which I myself have not used, but you better believe I will be using it in the month of September. If they log their workouts, if they log their workouts at least 3 times a week in the Challenge Tracker app and post that they have drank their Shakeology 5 times a week for 4 weeks straight, they get to split the pot. Like, are you kidding me? And depending on how many people we get, right? Like if there's only a few people participating, they're going to split $3 million. But how awesome is that? There's no like buy-in for people to join. You literally log that you drink Shakeology 5 times a week and that you worked out 3 times a week. If you do that for 4 weeks straight, you split the pot of $3 million. Yes, please sign me up, right? So everybody that we get to join us in August, I am going to get them to participate in the health bet in September. So super exciting. They've never done anything like this. Again, we'll be providing more information on that, but so many exciting things happening to end out 2016 1,000 times stronger than we started. I'm super pumped. Okay. I think I went over in time. Next person.
Okay, I am next. Great job. So one thing that my biggest takeaway that Carl, the CEO of Beachbody, and a lot of the top coaches kept saying, is that when we get wrapped up in checklists and conversations, inviting and challenge groups and lists and our phone and everything, we kind of lose what it should be about, which is we need to make this fun, right? Yes, we are running a business and we're killing it, and it's going to be work, and we have to be patient with it, but we need to have fun. When you are pressing play, when you're working out, have fun. Remember why you're doing it. When you're in your challenge groups, have fun with your people. When you're making videos, when you're posing for pictures, have fun with it. We can get very systematic and regimented. I know it's happened to me. It's happened to other coaches on our team that you're almost like, I don't even know what to post. Like, here's a picture of myself, and like, you know, you get kind of fed up, or it can feel icky or something. You just have to look inward and just remember to make it fun. That if you're not enjoying yourself while you're talking to coaches, while you're talking to people, asking them their goals and connecting with people, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. You need to have fun with this business. So that was my biggest takeaway that really hit home with me. And, you know, hopefully you guys can listen to that and say, you know, you're right. I need to have fun. Don't be worried about your facial expression. And if you have a pimple on your face, just put it out there, enjoy it, your sweaty, beautiful self, and just live your life. I'm done. Next.
Great, Jen. That was awesome. Okay, so yes, there were so many great speakers, so many great top coaches spoke. It was really hard to pinpoint down like one takeaway from Summit. Really hard. But one thing that spoke to me was the first morning we were there. There's two sisters, Becky Brosette and Christina Bergola, and they're both superstar diamonds, super like just totally badasses. And one of them was speaking about, you know, no matter where you're at in this business, no matter if you like just are a new coach or if you're, you know, top coach or wherever you are, you're gonna have struggles. Like even if you're brand new to Team VIP or if you've been here for a year, like you're gonna have struggles. And I think we all can relate to that. And three things that really stuck out to me are there 3 tips for getting through struggles: leaning in, leading with purpose, and leaving your mark. She explained leaning in, like when you're having a struggle, like leaning into the storm, right? Leaning into the storm, people are going to come and go. And you can look at this as like a challenge, like as when you're getting challengers or when you're trying to get new coaches. Like people are going to come and go, right? You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have lows and highs. And just leaning into that, evaluating your mindset and getting tough skin. Honestly, I mean, you know, with the struggles, you just have to build that you just have to become resilient and getting tough skin. That really spoke to me. And another thing, leading with purpose. You know, once you have that clear vision, once you have that mindset, once you've established your why, dreams start coming together and your momentum keeps going. And so goals always need to move forward. And so that really stuck out to me because once, you know, as a new coach, you have like that emerald goal. Once you hit that, like what's your next step, right? You want to always keep your goals moving forward. And then that third tip that the sisters shared is leaving your mark, right? Creating your own journey, creating your own dream. And to me, like leaving your mark spoke to me like when you're trying to reach out to someone, trying to get someone to join your team, trying to get someone to get a challenge track, you know, how do you want them to remember you, right? If now's not the time for them, that's totally okay, but how do you want them to remember you? That's how I took it as. You never want to burn bridges. You always want to have an open heart, have an open door, because, you know, I mean, we all of us have challengers or coaches that have come back around to us. You know, so you just want to lead by example, right? And not only in the working world, but just day to day with friends, with family, opening the door for somebody, saying thank you, just leading your mark and leading with purpose. So those are my 3 big takeaways. Summit was awesome. I wish you guys all could have been there. So yep, next.
Okay, I think it is Annie. Annie, I think it's your turn, right? Annie or Meredith?
I don't know.
Perfect.
Okay, so the workshop that I wanted to talk about was actually my very first workshop of the weekend, and it was called Becoming a Top Recruiter. And two people to look at, maybe look up on Facebook or Instagram. The ladies that did it are Micah Folsom and Tara Bialek, Bialek. If you want to follow some top coaches, they were like really wonderful to listen to. So Becoming a Top Recruiter, I'll touch on, sorry, I have my notes and it was just so good. I want to share like the whole workshop with you, but I know we don't have time to do that. So first they focus on mindset shift, where you need to remember that it's not about, so this is about recruiting coaches and building up your team. Remember, for your mindset shift, it's not about you, it's about them. When you're nervous to talk to somebody, like you don't know if you should approach them, you don't know what you should say, like, oh, what if they think like I'm weird for reaching out? You believe in this business, you believe in Beachbody and what it does. Remember that this will change their life. You are doing them a favor by talking to them about this opportunity. And another big point that I think every workshop kind of reiterated was personal development. So something that they mentioned was grow you and let the ripple take effect. So make sure that you're working on yourself, be positive in what the company is about, because what you think is what you become. So that was something big for me. And plus, the number 2 part was your vibe attracts your tribe. So think about, this is something that I know I need to work on, is who is your target market? I don't know if I want to say target market, but who do you want on your team? Whenever you post about the coaching opportunity, especially, focus that post on like someone individually like that you have in mind. Don't be posting to the masses, is what they said. Like, think specifically, like, think like every week maybe you have like 5 people that you're talking to about becoming a coach. When you do a post on your wall, think about those 5 people specifically. And it's kind of like broad, you're talking to everybody on your Facebook wall, but act like you're talking to them, so that when they read your post, they'll be like, oh, that totally hits home. When they reach out to you and be like, I read that and that totally relates to me, you can think, I know, I wrote that with you in mind. Like, like that's kind of, you need to be reaching out to specific people, because you want to be working with the people that are attracted to you, like you're attracted to them, like you kind of want to be on the same wavelength. Does that make sense? Another thing was, let's see. There's so many good things, guys. Something that I highlighted that they had just mentioned was you can't control how many say yes. You can control how many you talk to. So you're going to get so many no's, so many no responses, and that's okay. You can't control how people are responding, but you can certainly go through your friends list, go through other friends lists, and control how many personal invites you're sending out. That is something that you have control over. That's kind of, personal development. One of their homework points was to recommit to your health and fitness journey. A lot of it is be a product of the product. I'm guilty of this. Like, I'll start a program and I don't really like it. It's like not my cup of tea. I don't finish the 30 days. I don't finish the 60 days. A lot of, what was stressed over the whole weekend was pick a program and go start to finish. Be an example that you can follow through. Show how the product works. Whether you have a big before and after or you have a little before and after, you did the whole program. You want your challengers to commit, you commit. Like, you want your coaches to commit, you commit. Go all in. So that's that part.
I think it's my turn, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, so one of the things that I think spoke to me the most was one of the groups where it was 3 different couples that spoke on their businesses as a couple with Beachbody, and how like communication between each other was key with making their business succeed. And so they had said, sometimes in life you do the things you don't want to do to live the life you want to live. And so what they did was they communicate their goals for their business. So like, I know not all of you have a spouse, but you may have a boyfriend or girlfriend or someone that you talk to about your business and what your goals are. But so, making those sacrifices to sit down and say, okay, here's my goals. These are the plans that I have for my business, and getting those out on the table, and just scheduling out the time during your day to work towards those goals, but having that person like agreeing with you on like when to schedule those times. So like if you have to schedule, from 7 to 8 being your work time, schedule that, but then being okay with that so they can go do whatever they want to do, and then knowing that 8 to 9 is you guys' time, or setting the schedule together so that they're more supportive of you spending that time with the business versus with them or something that you're trying to do together. But that way, that's their way of supporting you, is saying, okay, you go work on the business, I'll give you that time to do that. But you have to be able to communicate your goals and your plans with them so that they know what you're trying to work for, and not just, I'm just doing Beachbody for, doing all these things, but not really knowing your end goals for that. And then one of the things that they also said was, if they don't support you right now, that's okay. They don't have to give you permission to be successful. They'll come around if you just show them that you're really trying to get these goals and you're passionate about it. Then they'll start seeing that as you keep going, keep working on it, and then they'll come around. One of the couples said that's, the wife wasn't supportive at first because she was like, I don't know about the working out at home and stuff, but then he stayed with it and he sat down and said, these are my goals. This is what my plan is. And he worked at it. And then she started coming around. It was like, okay, this is cool. Like, it's really working. This is great. So that was one thing. But they also said, sit down and have that conversation. I think I said that, but just getting it all out on the table and then go from there. Because then communication will lead to the support that you need. My big thing was just the communicating, getting it all on the table so that way you both get to go on the journey together. You have that plan out there.
Perfect. Thanks, Meredith. Okay, and then Lisa, if you want to go next, talk about success partners. Okay, I don't think we can hear you, Lisa. You just look good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to talk like this because I'm like, oh, is it my turn next? And like nobody's saying anything. Oh, is it my turn next? And then, okay. You're gonna hear children in the background, husband cooking. Sorry. First of all, I don't have very much to say, but this is a lot of information. And I'm just staring at all your faces and I'm seeing like overwhelm because I'm feeling it too. Maybe it's just because I came back from the weekend, but there's some new peeps. There's some peeps who have been here for a little bit. This is overwhelming, but you just have to take those 1 to 2 to 3 points, up to 3 points probably, and just run with it. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. So I'm just going to lead right into what Laura asked me to talk about. She said, Lisa, can you talk about success partners for like 7 minutes? And I was like, yes, let's talk about it. But honestly, I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about this because I'm so new to the success partner world. But then again, we all are. Like, we're all new to this. We just have to figure it out one day at a time. So these ladies, and I typed their names right here. I put them in the comments. These 2 girls are success partners. And I say these 2 girls, but these are like my power couple of Beachbody success partners. They are 2 strong, passionate teacher women, and they just talk to us about the importance of not doing this alone. Yes, there are 18 of us on this call, 22 of us on this call. I love all of you guys, but I still spend, when I'm not on this call, I feel alone in this business. And chances are that you do too. So the importance of finding a success partner is to not feel alone, because when we feel alone, we get vulnerable. We get in our heads and we quit, because it's so easy to do that, right? When we're talking to ourselves. So when you're picking a success partner, because that's what you're thinking now, you're like, well, crap, I don't have one. So how am I supposed to get through this? I didn't have a success partner for the first 10 months of my business. I happened across my 2 success partners. I was so blessed. So Miss Jenny Bobo, I see you, beautiful white teeth, and Miss Amanda Nunley. These 2 women were already success partners. And I was kind of like thrown in there, and I was like, how am I supposed to compete with these 2 girls? Because they were already like diamond and I wasn't there yet. And I felt like I wasn't good enough to be with these 2 women. But one thing that Danielle and Julie emphasized was that you have to build the relationship. You don't just find a success partner and it's like all like perfect, you're just best friends. You have to build that relationship, and it has to be built right. So we don't, and okay, we're guilty of this. You, me, Jenny, and Amanda. We complain. And they kept saying, do not complain to each other about this business. You can, outside of it, but when it comes to talking about the business, you are success partners to become successful, not to feel bad about yourselves, not to feel bad about somebody said no, like tough tooth, like they're going to say no. Like we just have to get over that part of it and get down to numbers, get down to goals, get down to getting really focused and diving into actually becoming successful. So the one thing that me, Jenny, and Amanda are going to start doing, I'm just telling you guys, this is what's going to happen. We're going to need to start checking in with each other in a business sense. Yes, Amanda has a newborn. Yes, Jenny has a business. Yes, I get to stay home and I don't have those obligations. I just have a toddler. I mean, that's not a big deal. But we have to take it if we want to take this business seriously, we have to take time seriously. And that means spending 1 time a week talking to each other about the business. So we need to check in with each other and tell it what did we do successfully this week? What did we not do successfully this week? I know you guys are like, I can't even process this information right now. Okay, let me take a step back again. When it comes to finding a success partner, because I was blessed, I was handed these 2 girls so thankfully. For those of you who don't have a success partner, it doesn't have to be somebody on our team. Chances are it will be, just because of our network currently. You're new, you didn't go to Summit, you didn't meet 25,000 other people. So find somebody that you look up to, but not you feel unworthy of. I don't know how else to put that. Like I don't know how to put that. Like, I feel like if I were to ask Raquel to be my success partner, I would be like unworthy of being her success partner, but I really shouldn't feel that way. I know. Don't look at me like that, Raquel. It's just, I'm like, she's too big. Like, she's too big. Like, she has too many stars. I'm not good enough for her. But really, after spending the weekend with Raquel, I'm like, we totally could be success partners, because we are just 2 women with kids who admittedly said that motherhood is not really the best in us. You know, like, we connected. And I'm like, listen, like, she may be a higher rank, but that does not matter. You can talk to somebody who's been in this business for 2 days, but if you guys have the same kind of heart, the same kind of mentality, you guys can make each other successful. So the last couple of things I want to say is, when you have your success partners, once you get there and you find somebody, get on 2 pages. Personal development, find something to share with that person and follow the same personal development and follow the same fitness program. Annie said this already. Pick a program and stick with it for the entire duration that program has been designed, because that's what we are. We are products of the product. I think that's all I got. That's all I got for you. Sorry. No more.
Love it,
Cut
Lisa.
off.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So to close this session, and thank you guys, thank you to all the new coaches who stayed. Holy crap, that means so much. I don't know if you know that, but that's like a huge eye opener. So thank you so much for staying. One of the biggest takeaways, there's so many, like I mentioned, so you just have to be there next year. It's non-negotiable. You will be next year there at NOLA in Summit, right? Raise your hand if you're going to be there. Raise your hand. I need to see everyone's hand. Okay, perfect. And like we discussed, husbands are welcome too. I know I already talked to Scott about it. I was like, look, I want you there for the general session because it's not all Beachbody. It's motivational speakers. Then you can go golf. Then you can go gamble. Then you can go do whatever you want. But during general session, you have workshops where top coaches, really successful coaches, coaches that have been in the business for a short amount of time are giving workshops. So it's like an hour or so. Then you have general sessions. And Melanie Mitro, she is the #1 top coach of Beachbody. If you don't know who she is, you need to research her. She was top coach last year and this year. And her speech, I just loved it so much because she will let you know she's plain Jane. She is not like fake. She's not like this person that is untouchable. She's like us. And that's what I loved about her. I could be friends with her. Like you could sit down next to Melanie and be friends with her. And the reason why she is #1 is because of her work ethic. She always says, if I can't do like a finger more during the day, right, then I'm complete. But if I can do just a little bit more, I will do it. She told us, I can outwork anyone in this business. Is she the smartest? No. Is she like the most popular? No. But maybe she is the smartest. I don't really know. But she is such a hard worker. And that is what it takes. It takes a couple of things in this business. It takes time. You have to dedicate at least a year to this business. I don't care if you signed up yesterday. I don't care if you are about to sign up. I don't care if you've been in the business for 10 months. You need to be here in a year. And what I'm saying is you need to put 100% into it each and every day. And what does that mean? I work a full-time job. Do I have 12 hours out of the day to do this? No. But when I spend my power hour, that checklist, new coaches that we went over before this call, that's what I do. And I make sure I used focus time to do that. I'm not scrolling through Facebook, even though it's really, really hard to do. You eat that frog beforehand. That means I'm messaging people to be a coach. I'm messaging people to be a challenger. I'm friending people. I'm commenting. I'm checking in with my challenge group, right? All my challenge groups. And I'm using focus time. So my biggest takeaway was from Melanie. And she says that it's not a rich, quick thing, which is absolutely true. It takes hard work. And it really is. And that might scare you. That might scare you. Be like, I don't really have a lot of hard work to give. But if you want this bad enough, and I want this bad enough because I want to live a life that I dreamed of, that I have in my head, that I want to travel. I want to retire my husband. I want to live a life not out of stress, not out of fear. I want to give back. And if you have those same goals too, you can do it. Like it is so attainable. And Beachbody gives us that freedom. Right now I work for a boss where my salary is capped, right? Like I can't go any more in the ladder because I can't be him. But with Beachbody, I am my own boss. I can determine what I make. The effort that I put into this business directly affects what I am making. So those are my biggest points. If you don't know who Melanie is, research her.
She's big now.
Is that Bonnie?
Yeah.
Okay, Bonnie.
Sorry, I'm watching
No, it's okay.
baseball too.
Totally okay. Just if you want to chime in, you can. And so
Beachbody. He's an athlete and he's let himself go. Sorry. Mute
yourself, Bonnie. There we go. So that's my biggest takeaway is research Melanie, put in patience. No, it's not a rich, quick thing. Know that it's going to take hard work and effort, but know that this is our team, guys. This is amazing because this group of women, like this, what you're seeing on your screen right now, we are like best friends. And you might not know me very well, but I guarantee you we're going to be best friends. Like, we are going to have a coach retreat in October. We're going to have a diamond retreat in January. Summit is next year. There are so many things to look forward to. And even though I like all your stuff and I comment on your stuff, I might not know you in person, but I will. And this is such a positive group of women, and it's so empowering. And it's weird because you don't have that in your normal job. You have cattiness and you have like just drama, but this is an amazing group. And I'm just so happy and thrilled that you're on this call. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future. And we're all going to be big one day, and we're all going to reach our dreams. And you just have to believe in yourself. And so that's what I'm going to end with, is just believe in yourself, have patience, and work hard. And that's it. And I can't wait for you to be at Summit next year so you can experience all the passion and motivation that we have in our hearts right now. So I'm going to open it up for questions if you have any questions. New coaches, old coaches, current coach, anyone. Ask away.
Okay. What do you do whenever you're paired up with Success Club group, but the Success Club group is getting unmotivated?
Find a new success partner.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's okay. It is okay to break up with your success partner. Like, you don't have to feel bad about that. And they should respect you for that too, because if it's not working for you, it's probably not working for them. Let's be honest.
You just got to find somebody who's running at your pace. Like, I obviously use Jessica and Laura and Genevieve as my success partners, but I also have some success partners that are not even part of our team. One who is like killing it, her income is ridiculous. And I look up to her, and she's running at a pace that I want to run at. So I've connected with her. And I think it's okay to have more than one. And if you go on the Beachbody Champions page of Facebook, you could put there, here's who I am. I'm Bonnie. I'm this old. I have a daughter. I work full time. Here are my goals. Here's what I'm looking for in a success partner. Anybody looking for one? And you could do that, and I guarantee you'd get somebody who would comment and be like, hey, let's have a conversation and see if it would be a good fit. It's almost like you're dating, right? Like, it's
Yeah, because I love
work.
my success group as friends, but I don't feel like we're pushing each other.
And that's
I feel
okay.
like we're just talking about Beachbody together, but we're not like, are you going to this?
And I will say this, that's why I love Jessica and Laura and Genevieve, but it can be really easy to be like, woe is me. And sometimes we have to keep ourselves in check to be like, this is not helpful and this is a waste of our time. With my other success partners, like, because I don't have necessarily that, like, we're like really good friends, it literally is reporting. And she's like, Raquel, what did you do? And so sometimes you just need somebody who's a little bit more distant from you that can kind of call you out, if that makes sense.
And just one more thing, the Success Club workshop, the Success Partner workshop that I was in, I think it's okay to be in a group where you have accountability and you have multiple people that you check in with and all that stuff. But as an actual success partner, their advice it's just you and one other person, so that you are really keeping that person in check. You can do a program together. You can host a challenge group together. You can host a free group together. Like, it's going to be you and your one person that is truly your, like, back to, like, the dating analogy, like, they are your soulmate. They are your life partner. Like, they are your success partner. That was just something I took away from them. Like, you can have, like, your group and then accountability and all that, but if you want a success partner to be successful, it's you and that person. Just take away.
Perfect. Any other questions?
I know there's a Super Saturday next weekend. Like, is that something that I need to be going to?
Yes. You can research it on Beachbody. Yes, there's one pretty much in all the cities. And yes, that's this Saturday. Please research it. Figure out the best location for you and attend. It's so motivating. It's inspirational, and you can meet other coaches and you can talk about, just your issues or your successes. And it's a great way to network. Yes. Great question.
There's one, I think Lisa backed me up on this, Sunday. There's Super Sunday. I think it's 1 to 5 in Dallas, like literally in Frisco, 10 minutes away from where we live. Is that right, Lisa? It's Sunday at noon, right?
It's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. Carl Deichler is going to be there in Autumn, California, and it's going to be jam packed. I'm getting there so early. So if you guys want to drive here on Sunday to Dallas, Frisco area, come, please. Yes, it's it doesn't say the price on here. It just has my ticket. But
I think it's 15. I think it's $15. I'm gonna find
25. It's like nothing. It's worth it, and it gets really crowded. So if you do come, make the decision now and get there early.
Rachel, the one in Austin is not as big as the one in Dallas. It's $15. It's worth it to go, and it's definitely not as big as Dallas. I would be going, but it's my daughter's birthday weekend, so we're like celebrating. But definitely encourage you to go because it's a great way to connect with other people and get training. And they're going to like sum up Summit. They'll show like a video, and it'll be great. It'll be awesome.
Who knows? You might find a success partner there.
Awesome. Okay, last question. Who is not on a Team Cup that wants to be on a Team Cup team? Raise your hand if you are not on a Team Cup team. Okay. All right. Is that Myra?
I think we have until tomorrow to register. Is
Okay.
that right? So we need to like post that in VIP. Let's
Okay.
round up everybody that needs a team cap.
That sounds good.
And then one other thing, tonight is the last night to buy the reduced rate for Summit for next year. It's $145. I think it's usually $195, so you can save $50. If you're like brand new and you're like, I'm shooting for the Success Starters, what do I do? You can purchase the ticket, and if you will, when you have become a Success Starter, helping 3 people for the first 3 months of your business, you'll just be reimbursed. So if you want to, again, we encourage you to go. And if you buy it tonight by midnight, you get that reduced rate.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, thank y'all so much. New coaches will have the same call, not the same call, but we'll have like the same time next Sunday. You are more than welcome to stay on the team VIP call afterwards. And thank you guys so much. Let us know if you have any questions. Always feel free to reach out, and have a happy Sunday. Okay. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.